currently finishing up like the day, basically, after we spent some time at the Donor Ski Ranch, which was really nice. We had some good food. We had a 42-ounce beer, which was ridiculous. I didn't finish, but that's alright. But the Donor Ski Pass is pretty interesting because the Donor Party back in the 1870s, 60s, something like that, went through here, and they got stuck during the winter because there was a snowstorm. And the Donor Party was like one of the parties that migrated from the east to the west, like many did, and in that time, because of like the gold rush and everything else. So lots of people were migrating to California from all over the US, and they were all doing it by foot. The Donor Ski Party took a different route than anyone else. It was kind of a new route as well. But due to several reasons, they got stuck, I guess, on Donor Summit, and some of them, like, they ran out of food, out of everything, so they turned to cannibalism and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a kind of a big episode in history, like in the US history, I guess. Like, all of the people, like kids in school, learn about it and stuff like that. So yeah, I highly recommend looking it up because it's quite an interesting story if you read it on Wikipedia. But yeah, that's where we are right now. So pretty interesting. Lots of history right here. Good morning. We are planning to do about 23 miles today to get close to Sierra City. We'll see how that goes. Right now we're just walking through an, I guess it's a burn area. A lot of blowdowns. It wasn't really on Gatuk, but we read in comments that there was a campground nearby. We decided to go there, treat ourselves after a 23-mile day, and it's great. Like, there are bathrooms, there's water that we can drink, there's trash, there's a lake, or a reservoir, I guess, but like a lake that we can swim in if we really want to. So yeah, it's epic. And then tomorrow we're going into town. We're going to Sierra City. Yay! My hair is really dirty right now, so I'm trying not to show you guys. We are just sitting at a coffee shop in Chester. Today is kind of a travel day because we want to get around the Dixie Fire, or Dixie Fire area, I should say. It's a fire that came through last year, but the area is still like pretty bad to go through, I guess. So we're just going around it right now. So this morning we left from where did we leave? Sierra City to Quincy, and then from Quincy to Chester, and now from Chester to Old Station. We are just going into the subway cave right now. This is just a little side trail from Trail. We are actually here with a trail angel because he's dropping us back off at Trail. But this is a lava tube, and now it's a cave. And the further you go in, the colder it gets. I think it goes down to like 6 degrees or 8 degrees, but it's pretty cool. Literally, and like just epic. Yeah.
Yeah, last year they had a costume party in Bernie. It's hilarious.
And with that, we are also over halfway, which is exciting. It feels a bit weird because we've not actually passed like the halfway marker, because that's right in the middle of the fire area. But yeah, that is pretty exciting. So now it's another like 300 miles in North Cal, or California I guess, and then we're in Oregon. Looking forward to that. We are back on trail. Good morning. We left camp about half an hour ago. The first thing we had to do was get water, because we're back in a very dry section right now. But apparently the water was like half an hour round trip, because you had to go down a very steep hill and then go back up. But luckily there were some really nice guys that were like, yeah, we have like just over a liter left and you guys can have it if you want. And the next water is in 8 miles. So we took their leftover water and now we're just booking it to the next source. It's still early, so it's not as warm yet. So we'll be fine, we'll manage. But right now it's beautiful. It's the perfect temperature. But then it's also just past 7. Good morning. We're doing 4 miles or 4.4 into town, and we're passing right by this lake, and there is a huge power plant right behind me. It's a man-made lake for the fishermen, or for fishing, and yeah, this power plant is there to support it, I guess, or something. So yeah. So we currently are at the Bernie Falls State Park. We went into Bernie this morning, like I said, to resupply, and then we were gonna go back to the trailhead that we came from, but the guy that picked us up was with another few hikers, and he was gonna drop them off at this trailhead, which is basically like 7 or 8 miles further up the PCT. So both trailheads are used to get down to Bernie. And yeah, then at first we were like, no, we want to do the 8 miles and stay at the state park. And then all these guys were going to go to the state park as well and stay there. So we were like, oh, we'll just join. We're at the waterfall! Yay! This is where we camped last night. There's Hedwig, and right there behind Hedwig's tent, when we woke up, there was a deer, like right there. Oh, it's coming back. Hey, beautiful. That's probably the same deer that last night around like 9:30 was eating Hedwig's tracking poles that were just laying outside her tent. I heard like chewing and a little bit of stomping and stuff, and then I looked outside and I just saw it like eating her trekking pole, which was hilarious. Bye, buddy. Oh, don't be scared now. Gosh. Bye. See you later. I just got to camp and set up my tent. You can see behind me. It was kind of a long day, but it was also quite quickly. I think because I was listening to music a lot, that really helped. But look at this beautiful view at the campsite. We're looking right at Mount Shasta, so we'll probably do a sunset tonight. Yeah, it's incredible. Hedwig will be getting here shortly, but it's absolutely stunning. Oops, I wiped out earlier. What you doing there? Good morning. Yesterday we left Etna around noon and we did about 15 miles in like 40-degree heat, which was tough, but we made it work and we got to camp around 6, so that was fine. But then as soon as we had set up our tents, it kind of started raining and thundering and lightning and everything. It actually started hailing as well. Yeah, it was crazy. And then last night, like in the middle of the night, I woke up because I don't think it was because of the smoke, but I definitely smelled smoke. This morning we left camp and it's definitely smoky, but we've seen that before, so we weren't really bothered by it, and we knew we were gonna get to Sage Valley tomorrow. So if anything, we can find out like what the situation is there. However, 2 miles in, this couple turned around and they were like, yeah, we just had service and there is a huge fire around Sage Valley and like PCTers are getting evacuated between the Sage Valley and the Oregon border. It's 18,000 acres and it's 0% contained. We weren't able to verify any of that because we don't have service. I did text my dad on the InReach and he did confirm that there are 2 fires around Sage Valley. But given the smoke and how like thick it is, and it's getting thicker as well, and like them turning around, we decided to turn around and go back to Etna and then go from there, see what the situation is and go from there. I think it was a smart decision because on trail we see quite a few footprints going south, so they turned around as well. But yeah, that's the situation we're dealing with. Very unexpected, very upsetting, because we will miss the less than 1,000 to go marker and the Oregon border marker on the PCT, but rather safe than sorry. And yeah, you don't want to play around with wildfires or smoke inhalation or something, all the health reasons. So yeah, I'll update you soon. That is what we're talking about. That's the smoke plume. So we are on this ridge right now and we can actually see that smoke plume right there. And I just had reception and the PCTA actually put a notice up that if you're in the fire closure area, which they closed the area between Etna Summit and the road to Ashland, then please evacuate, because there are actually 2 fires right now. And that is exactly where we are. Luckily, we are not too far from the road to Etna. So yeah, another 11 or 12 miles and we'll be out of the fire closure. But who would have thought that we were going to be ending up in a fire closure area?
We didn't have hardly any local fires, and the air was clear until
yeah, we luckily